Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Muttama Shloke Bhaktirabhavati Naishtaki. Grandraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. So we're reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 3rd canto, 25th chapter, which is titled as The Glories of Devotional Service. In the previous chapter, we learned Kardama Muni, after completing his Grihastha Ashram responsibilities, he took shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he renounced his material life and went into exile and in the forest as a sannyas ashram. And there he constantly meditated upon Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, taking a vow, and he did not depend on any of the material facilities. He did not have proper shelter, home, and he was traveling all over to various holy places, meditating upon Lord Shri Krishna and spreading the message of Krishna consciousness all over. His son, Kapila Dev, who is incarnation of Lord Krishna himself, appeared to spread the message of Sankhya Yoga and to give the message of bhakti to everyone. And he gave this knowledge of Sankhya Yoga, Bhakti Yoga to his mother. Kapila Dev gave the knowledge to his mother, Devhuti. And that description of devotional service is here in this chapter. This is a very important chapter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So this whole pastime of Devhuti, Kardama Muni and Kapila Bhagavan is being mentioned by Shaunaka Rishi to the sages assembled in Naimisharanya. So here, the sages are assembled. The lead of them is Shaunaka Rishi, and they are asking the questions to Sutta Goswami, who is reciting the Bhagavatam in Naimisharanya. So in this shloka, the beginning of Kapila Dev's instruction on glories of devotional service are here. So here, in this shloka, the purpose for which Kapila Deva, Kapila Bhagavan appeared is mentioned here in this shloka. So Shaunaka Vacha. So Shaunaka Rishi said, Kapilas Tattva Sankhyata Bhagavan Atma Mayaya Jhata Swayam Aja Sakshat Atma Pragnaptaye Nranam Kapilas Tattva Sankhyata Bhagavan Atma Mayaya. Kapila, Bhagavan Kapila Dev Tapta Sankhyata Bhagavan Atma Mayaya Jhata Swayam Ajah Sakshat Atma Pragnaptaye Nranam. So here Shaunaka Rishi is saying that this Bhagavan Kapila who appeared, I'll put the shloka on the screen so you all can see the shloka. Shaunaka Vacha Kapilas Tattva Sankhyatam Bhagavan Atma Mayaya Jhata Swayam Aja Sakshat Atma Pragnaptaye Nranam. So Bhagavan Kapila, his incarnation, why did he appear? That is mentioned here. So Shaunaka Rishi said, although he is unborn, who? Bhagavan Kapila. He is unborn. He is Aja. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. But he took birth as Kapila Muni, as the son of Devahuti and Kardama Muni. Why? By his internal potency. He descended. What is the purpose of Bhagavan Kapil Dev's appearance? To disseminate the transcendental knowledge for the benefit of whole humanity at large. So that is the purpose of appearance of Kapila Bhagavan. Now, Srila Prabhupada is giving explanation of this purport of this verse here. And he's saying, Srila Prabhupada says here in the purport, I'm going to read the purport for benefit of all of us. So, Srila Prabhupada ji explains the meaning of the verse. And he explains the word, which is very important here in the purport, Atma Pragnaptaye. So what is the meaning of Atma Pragnaptaye? That is explained by Srila Prabhupada in this verse. So I will share the screen with you here in this verse. You can see, I will switch the screen. So here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying, Atma Pragnaptaye indicates that the Lord descends for the benefit of human race to give the transcendental knowledge. The material necessities are quite sufficiently provided for the Vedic knowledge. For in the Vedic knowledge, which offers a program for good living conditions and gradual elevation to the platform of goodness. In the mode of goodness, one's knowledge expands. On the platform of passion, there is no knowledge, for the passion is simply an impetus to enjoy material benefits. On the platform of ignorance, there is no knowledge and no enjoyment, but simply life lost like that of animals. So here, Srila Prabhupada ji is explaining the meaning of the word Atma Pragnaptaye. Atma Pragnaptaye means that Lord came to disseminate the transcendental knowledge, to spread the message of Krishna consciousness, to spread the message of bhakti. That is why Kapila Bhagavan appeared. Generally, Vedas, they give a lot of information about material knowledge. Vedas has a lot of information about how to obtain certain material benefits. But the knowledge of bhakti is above these material benefits, that is transcendental. And Kapila Bhagavan, as an incarnation, appeared. He was born through his internal potency to spread this message of transcendental knowledge, the message of Krishna consciousness to everybody, so that people in the material world, they can get relief from the repeated cycle of birth and death. Everybody is bound by the laws of material nature. But when we get the transcendental knowledge, then we get freedom from this repeated cycle of birth, disease, old age, and death. And that is why Kapila Bhagavan appeared. Kapila Dev, who is incarnation of Supreme Lord, born through his internal potency. And his purpose was to impart the transcendental knowledge for the human benefits. And this transcendental knowledge helps humans to understand their true nature beyond the material existence. Vedic knowledge elevates the individual from ignorance to goodness. Because goodness is the only mode. Srila Prabhupada ji explains that goodness is the mode which is conducive for Krishna consciousness, while passion and ignorance, Rajoguna and Tamoguna, are not conducive. Actually, Vedas, Srila Prabhupada ji writes, Vedas are meant to elevate one from mode of ignorance to mode of goodness. When one is situated in the mode of goodness, he is able to understand the knowledge of self and transcend and transcend the material modes. This knowledge cannot be appreciated by any ordinary man. Therefore, since the disciplic succession is required, this knowledge is expounded either by Supreme Personality of Godhead himself or by bona fide devotee. So, the dissemination of knowledge requires a disciplic succession for the proper understanding of this knowledge. And that is why Kapila Dev appeared. Sonak Rishi also indicates here that Kapila, the incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead, took birth or appeared simply to appreciate and disseminate the transcendental knowledge. Simply to understand that one is not matter but spirit soul, Aham Brahmasmi, I am by nature Brahman, is not sufficient knowledge for understanding the self and his activities. One must be situated in the activities of Brahman. Just having the knowledge is okay. But more important than is that one must be serving the Krishna. So just having the knowledge that I am not the body but the soul is okay. That is the first step. But then next step here is that one must be engaged in activities of Krishna. One must be situated in activities of Brahman. Knowledge of these activities is explained by Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Such transcendental knowledge can be appreciated in the human society but not in the animal society. So this transcendental knowledge is essential for us to elevate to the human platform, even to spiritual platform. Animals do not have this facility. So Supreme Lord or his bona fide representatives, they guide humanity towards the self-realization. Such transcendental knowledge can be appreciated in human society but not in animal society, as clearly indicated here by the word Nranam. For human beings are meant for regulated life. By nature, there is regulation in animal life also. But that is not like regulated life as prescribed in scriptures or by authorities. Human life is regulated life, not animal life. In regulated life only one can understand the transcendental knowledge. So human life is much higher form of life than animal life. And in the human life, what should we do? So we should worship Supreme Personality of Godhead, understand who Krishna is, try to spend as much time for Krishna consciousness as possible, read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Vedic literature, chant Krishna's name. And for that purpose only human life is there. Animal life is for sense enjoyment. And to spread this message of Krishna consciousness, Lord appeared as Kapila Dev. So with that, we'll pause here and we'll continue reading of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam tomorrow. Prantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai.